got a new coffee. Belgium Colombian. Yeah, it's nice. It's good. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to RC News Flash. Hope you're all well. We start off with Axial. Do you remember the Capra teaser, which was rubbish? Do you remember that? That had, the title of the video was Capra, and then they went through all this rigmarole of flashing neon images, and they all had to come up with the word Capra. You're like, well, I knew that from the title. Thanks very much. You know, rubbish. We've finally seen what the Capra is, and all the information is available. And all I can say is, wow. Seriously. Wow. I mean, I've never owned an Axial. That's not from the fact that, you know, I don't like them or anything. I've just never had really the spare cash to buy an Axial. I've got respect for basically their entire range. Some of them, the SX10, I really respect, but it wouldn't be my first choice of that type of crawler. But nevertheless, I respect it. And it's the same for the whole lineup, all of the Axial products. I like them all. But I've never been like, oh, that's amazing, I really want that for any of them. Until now. Oh my goodness, the Capra. Just... Okay, let's get into the specs first. First of all, the hype, not the hype, the rumours, the murmurings were correct. It is a rock buggy. And it does have portal axles. They're called Curie F9 portal axles. Now, the main point is they're incredibly tough. They seem to have all steel internals, steel gears. In fact, the entire car, or the entire buggy, seems to have all steel drive internals apart from the drive shaft. So you've got all steel gears in the transmission, steel ring and pinion gears, steel axles, steel gears in the portal axles themselves. Actual portal gears, whatever you want to call them, they're all steel. So that's perfect, you know, very tough drivetrain. The drive shafts themselves are plastic, but they're called the WB8 wild bore drive shafts, and they are a well-known upgrade to other Axials, and apparently they can take mountains of abuse, which is perfect because it's an Axial. So the portal axles were one of the sort of big sort of hype points for this. But the other thing is the transmission. They're calling it the dig transmission. Now, you need at least a 3-channel transmitter to make this run properly, and you need a micro servo, and basically you can use your 3rd channel to lock the rear axle. So it's obviously a permanent 4-wheel drive, and you can lock the rear axle to make it front-wheel drive only, which is very good for sort of scrabbling over something. You know, you try to scrabble up, or also you can pivot on the back end. You can so the vehicle, here's the back, the vehicle can just sort of pivot across because the back end's more sort of locked up. It's very good for that sort of thing. Other features included in to give it its full title, AxialCapra 1.9 Unlimited Trail Buggy, include steel links all round, always nice. So that includes the steering links as well. Which is great because the thing about the Wraith is the steering links were so weak, they were almost like a built-in servo saver. You could go like that with the front wheels, and it would go, the steering link would go, so that's solid, good, perfect. Steel pivot balls, just stop them wearing out quickly, that's always nice. Boat side skid plate, they call it boat sides. It looks like a boat hull. It's basically, you got this skid plate, and then it's not got any sharp angles, it turns up, right up to the side of the chassis. So it will slide over rocks that way, but also if there's rocks on either side, it will be less likely to get hung up. Sometimes a skid plate can make all of the difference, and that's obviously a good thing. And then the shocks are big bore, large bore is what I think they're calling it, large bore. Aluminium threaded bodies with a bleeder cap, oil bleeder screw. So that's, I mean, yes, the spec is brilliant, but it's not the spec that excites me the most. It comes with real licensed beadlock wheels, no tyres, you need to get your own tyres. It is a kit, there's no electronics or anything. So yeah, you need to paint your own body shell, you need to get your own electronics, your own batteries, your own tyres. So it's very much, you know, you make it your own. Looking at just a picture wouldn't have had me so excited about it at all, because it just looks like, you go, yeah, that's an Axial. It's a new Axial, but it's an Axial. It's along the same sort of family as the Wraith, the Bomber, that sort of thing. Cool. but the video showing it off, I have never ever seen such a capable crawling machine ever. I was watching the video aghast with my mouth open, thinking, how on earth is it doing that? How on earth can it climb that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes, I'm totally, yeah, I'm in. I'm hyped on that one. That's cool. That's so cool. Axial, can I have one? Just, can I have one, please? Just over here. $330 retail. Probably cost about £9,000 in the UK, but that's just how we end up with stuff. But yes, I'm going to keep an eye on people's build threads and all the rest of it on the forums, because that is seriously good. Next on our agenda is another sort of teaser come to life, and it's this teaser. Do you remember that? The stupid C2X thing from RC4WD Drive that just looked terrible? Well, the C2X has been revealed, and again, brilliant. I mean, this is a good RC news flash, because I'm just loving these things. Right, RC4WD Drive, best known for, I mean, they've done a few things, but obviously they're best known for the Trailfinder 2 and the Galanda 2 Class 1 trucks. Super realistic, leaf sprung, that sort of thing. Not as capable on the trails or the rocks as a Class 2, because it's more realistic and sort of less sort of extreme and competition focused, if that makes sense. This is a Class 2 truck, so they're stepping away from the super realistic hard body. Put it this way, if you put a Class 1 truck like a Galanda 2 up against an SCX10 in a straight fight, just at crawling over things, the SX10 would obliterate it, because it's a Class 2 truck. It's not as based on a real street legal, can be obtained real car. It's more extreme. So obviously they're in different categories. But this new RC4WD Drive, the C2X, is a Class 2 competition truck. And it's ready to run with a Mojave body shell. And I love it. I love it, because the thing about it is, do you want the RC4WD Drive's typical quality of finish and the really very specific, what would you call it, almost state-of-the-art attention to detail with all the little intricate things? Do you want that? Yes, perfect. But do you also want the SCX10, the Axial's ability to climb over things and, you know, Class 2 competition? Sure. Well, here you have it. It's almost like a melding of the two worlds. So this thing is up against SCX10-2s, the G-made, what do they call them, bombs or Komodos, the Vitera Ascenders, all that sort of thing, but it's still an RC4WD Drive. You can look at it and look at the body shell, look at the details, and just go, yes, it's still an RC4WD Drive. I love it. It's brilliant. So, what is it? It is a Class 2 truck with a single-speed transmission, 4-link suspension at the back, 3-link with panhard bar at the front, so a bit like the HPI, what do they call it? Venture, but probably will sell better than the Venture. It still has the hard body, that's the thing. So it still has that RC4WD Drive sort of typical quality feel and the details, but so it'll be a little bit heavier on the top end. A little bit heavier on the top end. But anyway, comes ready to run, 35 turn brushed 540 size motor. It comes with a waterproof ESC with, what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Drag brake. That was the word. Drag brake. Comes with a drag brake. The Outcry 3 ESC, apparently. Good. Outcry 3. Outcry. It's an ESC. Waterproof. Drag brake ESC. 35 turn brush motor. 3-channel 2.4 GHz system. So you can hook up to, you know, a winch, or you can have your lights on and off on the transmitter. It's always nice. The metal geared, included steering servo, has more than 8.5 kilograms of shove. That's, yeah, I mean, I was going to say that's pretty good, but that's bloody good for a 1/10 scale truck. So you won't need to upgrade that in any time soon. 3,000 nickel metal hard drive. Obviously I'd be swapping out for a LiPo, but it's nice to come with a battery, and it comes with the AA's and a slow charger. So yeah, everything's in the box ready to go. £500 no, $500 US. They've done the usual, you know, oh, it's 600 blah blah blah, but you can get it for, you slash that, we can get it for 500, but no, you can get it for 500. It's $500. So yes, very excited. I love the merging of the two worlds here. You go, oh, I really like RC four-wheel drive, I love their quality of finish, I love their attention to detail, but I really want an Axial SCX10 for the competition ability and its capability. Bam! C2X. Right there. I think it looks great. I'm looking forward to seeing that thing in action. So yes, well done RC four-wheel drive as well. I'm just, everybody's great today. Okay, from two serious crawlers to something not serious, not crawler. Something completely different. The Kyosho Mad Van. Do you really like the look of the Tamiya lunchbox, but are put off by the fact, and it is a fact, that a lunchbox is absolutely terrible at everything apart from wheeling? Because the thing about the lunchbox is, it's brilliant, but it's dreadful. The lunchbox is amazing at wheelies. It's also the best in the world at being a lunchbox. But that's it. That's where its skills end, right? That's it. Kyosho is more capable, infinitely more capable. It is a big daft van shell, just like a lunchbox, but it's on a proper four-wheel drive monster truck chassis. Lower slung, wider, better balanced, not going to fall over if you just say the word corner and then it goes, ah! So, yes. Completely different animal, but along the same vein of, let's not take this seriously. And I think it looks like it'll do a great job at that. The van shell is polycarbonate, not hard plastic. So it'll have it's going to have a lower centre of gravity anyway because it's lower and wider on the rest of it, but the shell itself will present a lower centre of gravity. Again, not going to fall over. Probably won't wheelie as readily as a lunchbox. Well, no, it definitely won't wheelie as readily as a lunchbox. What I mean to say, probably won't wheelie readily as standard. It comes with a 550 sized 14 turn brush motor. Plenty of torque, but again, probably not enough to lift the front wheels on a regular basis. The ESC is what they call the Kyosho Speed House 60 amp ESC. But it looks like a hobby wing. It looks like a hobby wing 1060. I mean, it is a hobby wing 1060, as far as I can tell. You can call it what you like. That's a freaking hobby wing. But unlike the hobby wing, comes with Dean's plugs, not stupid Tamiya plugs. So that's a point to the Speed House. There, good. But that's not, I mean, that's no bad thing because the hobby wing 1060 is a damn fine ESC. So if this is just a rebranded one, perfect, no problems there. Oil-filled shocks all around on this thing. They're calling it a ready set, not a ready to run, and not an almost ready to run. A ready to run really should have everything in the box ready in order to drive it. That includes batteries and chargers. This thing is fully assembled with all the electronics in the car, doesn't have the battery to run the car, doesn't have the batteries for the transmitter, and doesn't have the charger, hence ready set. The reason they're not calling it almost ready to run is because an almost ready to run is often classed as a kit that's been built and painted but with no electronics. So it doesn't really fall into either category, hence ready set. 2.4 gigahertz system, 2-channel I believe. Yeah, just, is it pre-painted? I should check if it's pre-painted. I'm sure it's pre-painted. It'll be pre-painted. It's painted. It's painted. It doesn't say painted on the website. It doesn't even say the word painted anywhere or paint anywhere on the website. But it does say factory finish with decals applied. Which means it's painted because you can't apply the decals without peeling off the spray film. Protect the spray film first. So yeah, it's going to be painted. Perfect. Perfect for people new to the hobby. Perfect for younger people. It's the only downside is it's brown. So if you have a passion for brown vans, this is your RC. Yeah. Of note, you can turn down the endpoints on the transmitter. Turn down the power. It's good for younger people. So if you're getting it for a child, whatever, perfect. You know, spot. Or if you're going to share use anyway, there you go. And the price, £215. Perfectly reasonable. That's a really good price as far as I'm concerned. I think it's a really good price. I mean, you need the battery, yes, you need AA's, and you need a charger. Okay, if you're already in the hobby, you're going to have all of those things. Even if you're not already in the hobby, AA's, you've got them at home. Battery, I'm sure you can work out a deal with your shop or whatever. It's not expensive. Charger, again, if you're in the hobby, you've got one. If you're looking to enter the hobby, you'd be expected to buy one. I mean, I think, you know, £215, awesome. Really good price. So yeah, here's the lunchbox. Here's a normal RC. I would say the mad van's bang in the middle. I just got a delivery, new oil for the Alpha. Anyway, our final piece of news this week does not involve a new product, but may well in the future. One of the co-founders of one of the biggest brands in the world is back. Gilles Lawsy Jr, co-founder of, no prizes for guessing, Team Associated. Just kidding. Team Lawsy. Right, he's back. Sort of. He's back with Horizon Hobby. Horizon Hobby bought Team Lawsy in the year 2000 because Lawsy could no longer compete with making things. They were producing things in America. Lots of rivals were producing things in China. It's obviously cheaper to produce. So they sold the company on. Horizon Hobby took over. But he left the company. Gilles Lawsy Jr. left the company in 2005 because he was unhappy with the way the company was going. There was a new CEO and he was taking it in a different direction. Reading between the lines, cheaper production, lower quality sort of stuff. I'm guessing, but some of the models produced during that period would sort of, yeah. Anyway, he's now back. He's been employed by Horizon Hobby, but he's focusing on development for Lawsy and Team Lawsy Racing. Now this is brilliant news. This is really great because some of the most legendary chassis ever were developed by Gilles Lawsy Jr. He developed the whole XXX platform, the XXX platform, including the XXXS, my all-time favorite RC, GRX, GRX2, GRXS, all these things. I think yeah, that's the sedan, GRX chassis, anyway, and the original Lawsy 8, and we all know how much of a revolution that was for Lawsy. So this guy can hopefully push Lawsy and Team Lawsy Racing forward to produce some really spectacular products. This is going to be good. I really hope. This should be good. Oh my goodness. Gilles Lawsy Jr. is back in the driver's seat. This is good. Yes, this is definitely good. But on a side note, did you know that Team Lawsy produced competition yo-yos? Awesome. And now on to videos of the week and the shout out. Now, RC video of the week this week goes to Axial for the Capra. Now, I know I sort of had it showing, but you need to sit and watch this entire video yourself on the full screen. It's mind-blowing. How on earth does that thing do what it's doing? It's awesome. So that's definitely the RC video of the week this week. Video of the week could go to any number of videos. I just sat and watched for basically the whole weekend the Goodwood Revival 2019, and for the most part, apart from when the woman kept on going on about fashion and hats and handbags, and it kept cutting away from the car action to talk about this nonsense, apart from that, it was basically solid gold from start to finish all those 3 days. The Goodwood was a great, incredible event, and basically every clip from YouTube for that event is awesome. But my chosen one is the Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spitting Flames. That was my favourite car of the entire event. It was just awesome. Little 1600cc Alfa Romeo from the 1950s. Obviously it's been modified and breathed on and stuff, but it's producing 180 horsepower, so as much as my 2-litre GTS does now. Yeah, just fantastic. Spitting flames and flinging it sideways and everything, just a wonderful thing to look at, and beautiful as well, so that's definitely my choice. And shout out this week goes to Pedro from Tuga RC, because Pedro works his arse off, produces these videos, doesn't get enough views for what he does, so shout out to Pedro. Keep trying, Pedro, it will get there. And that's it, everybody. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye.